Valve has always made great games. Minus Artifact, but we don't talk about that one. From launching games like Half-Life, Counter-Strike, Team Fortress 2, Dota, Left 4 Dead, and Portal, all receiving massive praise and love by critics and gamers alike. Then comes April of 2024, when a new Valve game has been spotted by some people who received invites to beta test this new game. This game was a hero shooter MOBA, but from a third-person perspective. That game was originally trademarked as the name Neon Prime, but would then be changed to Deadlock. Deadlock takes place in an alternative version of New York and is boasting over 30 playable heroes. And thanks to a recent leak on a birthday livestream, we know even more on the horizon. I've been playing Deadlock casually every so often since May of 2024, and recently have gotten absorbed into it, pouring over 300 hours into it, with the constant updates and changes from the Valve dev known only as Yoshi. Yes, that Yoshi that you're thinking of. I don't know how Nintendo hasn't sent their assassins to Yoshi's house yet, but that's besides the point. Yoshi was around as a community manager back in the TF2 days and got moved to Deadlock. Yoshi was posting updates about Deadlock once every 2 weeks, whether it was balance changes, art changes, or releasing new heroes. Yoshi has quickly become the face of the game to many players, much like how Gaben is the face of PC gaming, or Aaron Keller is the face of Overwatch 2, and Randy Pitchford as the face of Borderlands. I'm definitely not buying that now. As of January 2025, Yoshi made an announcement saying they will no longer stick to the 2-week update cycle, and instead release patches whenever they're ready. Updates are important for any game's success, unless you're Counter-Strike who could go months or years between updates. But does that also hold a game back and make the entry to the game even harder, as you could tell a friend one thing and then the next week the news is already outdated? That's what happened to my friends. I told them about Deadlock and how there's so many cool heroes and it's a new idea with a 4-lane map instead of the main 3, like in League of Legends. And then 2 weeks after that, they completely overhauled the map to only be 3 lanes, and my friends called me a liar. If you get busy in real life and have to stop playing for a few days, up to a week or two, and come back and the entire game is completely changed, it'll turn people away. Especially when Deadlock removed the ranked playlist and now your rank is tied to your regular quick play matches. Meaning you're being actively punished now by not keeping up with every single change, no matter how big or small. The gaming community does not like change. These days, a lot of gamers hope that a game will fail because they're too Stockholm syndromed by their main game. A perfect instance of this is X-Defiant. That was an amazing arcade shooter that released last year. It had some problems with the netcode, but it was a game with zero skill-based matchmaking, the guns felt good to use, and a majority of the gaming community shunned it because it's just a COD clone. Because of this, Ubisoft, granted it's Ubisoft so they don't do anything right these days, killed it in June of 2025 after being released for only 13 months. I'm referring mostly to the player bases of games like Marvel Rivals and their hate boner for Overwatch 2, Overwatch 2 players and their hate on Marvel Rivals, and COD players and their hatred for every other first-person shooter that has ever existed and will exist. I saw this tweet the other day and I think it perfectly encapsulates the idea of gamers wanting games to fail. This tweet is talking about Splitgate 2, which is an excellent game that, as of writing this, is about to release. This person quote tweets this tweet and says this: "People hating on this is the reason why shooters are dying. You hate all other shooters that are not COD. Yeah, the skill gap can be quite a leap, but if you see this and it's like, I don't know how the portals work, it's too high skill gap, you're part of the issue." And they're entirely correct. Not being able to keep up with this game's portal mechanics is entirely a skill issue. The comments and replies to the original post are constantly talking about, where is the counterplay? How do you play against this? And the answer is, just get better. Kill them before they get to the portal, or learn to use your portals against it. Get good. Modern day shooter players don't want to put in work to get better. They want to instantly be the best of the best and just abuse aim assist all the way to the top of the ladder. I'm looking at you, COD pros. I bring this up specifically because of Deadlock and the exponential learning curve this game holds. Every hero plays differently from another. Every hero has specific abilities that do different things, and every hero has access to the same items in the game. Every item can counter another, which spirals into countering the hero's abilities, which can snowball into a hero being rendered completely useless at times. That's not even to mention how everything in the game is based off of time, when camps and boxes spawn, when the bridge buffs spawn, when mid-boss spawns, and how long the mid-boss rejuvenator lasts. This game is extremely unforgiving. If you make a mistake and overextend, if you miss a single cooldown, or if you miss time and engagement, you'll be punished and killed faster than you can react, all while being CC'd in the next dimension. That's not inherently a bad thing though. FromSoft has made their entire name based off of this unforgiving premise. All it's doing is providing a skill gap, requiring more than just aim. It adds more layers to think about the game, because if you don't learn and adapt, you get punished, and the punishments are death. In the game, mostly. If I get one more lever on my team, I'm hunting them down. The death timers in Deadlock scale over time. Oftentimes, you'll be dead for over an entire minute. This could be like League of Legends, but I refuse to have that game installed, so I wouldn't know how long the respawn timers are. But with this world and realm of gaming, and the attention spans that players have these days, having long respawn timers will make players not want to play anymore and turn them away. Make them think that they did something wrong when, in the end, they didn't. They're just learning the game. All of this is coming from a place of love towards Deadlock. The game, even in its early alpha state, is one of the most fun PvP games to release in the last 3 years. Valve pride themselves in creating games that push the envelope for what games can be. A great example of this is the amazing Half-Life Alyx, a game that set an entirely new example of what is possible not just with VR, but with gaming as a whole. They will give Deadlock the same care as they would any other game. But with that said, I'm very worried about how this game will survive given the current gaming sphere. This mentality that gamers have towards gaming, the need to instantly be good but without taking the time to get good, the desire to stick to only one game and prey on the downfall of any competition, Deadlock can easily win Multiplayer Game of the Year when it fully releases. It has the quality and care needed for it. There's a part of me that can envision the post from Yoshi saying they're sunsetting the game due to low player counts. But with that said, I just wanted to get that out of the way, so thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts on Deadlock, or the gaming sphere as a whole, down below, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, if you deserve it.